All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, Jeremy Fowler of ESPN came out with a pretty lengthy, in-depth article about every single team that could have some interest in wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Obviously, it was released by the Arizona Cardinals just a few days ago, and touched on numerous teams. Of course, I'll leave the article link down below in the description box. But the Jets were not only just listed in the article, but he had a pretty interesting quote, and I have it pulled up right here. I'll read it off. He said, New York was very close to signing Odell Beckham Jr. before the Ravens came in with a compelling offer. The Jets appear open to adding another target for Aaron Rodgers. And then he goes on to talk about the cap space situation and potential reworkings of salaries regarding Corey Davis and CJ Mosley, right? So, and by the way, those two contracts, it's kind of ironic because Carl Lawson, CJ Mosley, and Corey Davis, those were like the three guys, the three big money contracts that everybody, whether it's fans, reporters, whoever, those were like the three contracts that I felt like were going to be reworked first, like before free agency even started. So I'm a little surprised that we're sitting here late May, Sunday, May 28th. And we're still looking at CJ Mosley's contract. He's owed what, 17 million. Corey Davis is still in the double digits. It's around like that 10-11 million dollar mark, just under 11 mil. So although the Jets don't have 50 million in space or anything like that, we can't just go on a spending spree. We do have a little bit of wiggle room as far as potential contracts on the roster. Now, there are some issues with reworking deals, right? Unless guys, if say a player doesn't want to take a pay cut and Joe Douglas starts adding void years. I mean, we've done that. He's done that a lot this offseason, and it's a little debatable. I mean, it's beneficial in the present, but later down the road when these guys aren't even Jets and they're still being owed money, it's going to be somewhat annoying. But in any case, we still have to rework Aaron Rodgers' contract. Still have to extend Q. The Quinnen Williams extension doesn't really impact this season as far as, financial, the books go. It does impact the team as far as like relationships, morale, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, as crazy as Hopkins would be, I would love it if Hopkins, look, if news comes out and the Jets are bringing in DeAndre Hopkins, I'm going to be fired up. Like, you know me, I'm going to be pumped. I feel like a lot of Jets fans are going to be extremely excited for the tandem of Garrett Wilson, DeAndre Hopkins, Allen Lazard, as kind of the big three. And then behind them, you have Corey Davis and Randall Cobb now in the mix. I mean, this Jets we would just have weapons all over the place. There's really, put yourself in the mind of Vic Fangio, of, Sean McDermott, of Bill Belichick. Like, try to stop that offense. You got Aaron Rodgers throwing the football to D-Hop, and you could hurt teams down the field in the intermediate parts in the passing game, short passing game, running game, tight ends, left side, right side, misdirection. There's so many speed, veterans, bigger players, power players, so many different ways to attack a defense if the Jets were to add DeAndre here. But here's the thing, right? Even without DeAndre, I still feel really, really good about this Jets squad. And the rumor is right now that he could be asking for significant money. The favorite right now, I keep seeing everybody talking about the Buffalo Bills, and rightfully so. I think that destination makes a ton of sense for DeAndre. But I think there's a reason why the Bills haven't signed him yet. Same with the Chiefs. It's the fact that Hopkins might be asking for a little bit too much money right now. And if he wants to go to one of those, top dogs in the AFC, top dogs in the NFL, he might have to take a little bit less money. And I've seen some talks, maybe the New England Patriots, Bill O'Brien's there. We'll see how it plays out. Look, if, Fowler's correct here when saying that the Jets are open to adding another playmaker, I like how it's worded. It's not necessarily saying the Jets are open to adding Hopkins specifically and him only. If they really want another wide receiver, there's potential options out there. And, that can never hurt a team. But I will say this, I hate to keep, bringing this up. I feel like a broken record. Quan Alexander's still out there. He's met with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I Haven't really seen any other updates from that point in time. Personally, I do want to get a little bit deeper at safety. And I think if we could check both of those boxes, and of course, extend Q and rework Rodgers' deal, we're pretty much set. We're pretty much set for the 2023 offseason, realistically speaking, in my eyes. There's really not much more I can sit here as a Jet fan and ask for, pound the table. I demand this, I demand that. Really just a couple of things, a couple of, quick tune-ups at specific positions, and we can roll. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And yeah, thanks so much. And as always, go Jets.